Alright, what is going on, everyone? It is Core here, and we are going to speak on the Metaverse. Metaversal. Metaverse, and what this means, what the words are, why these words were chosen, what the Metaverse is being dictated as and portrayed as, why Facebook changed their name. We're going to get into a lot of things. This is going to be a multiple part video series, and in the beginning I am going to focus on what the Metaverse is said to be, and the advertised benefits of the Metaverse. I'm not going to get into my opinions regarding any of it. I'm not going to get into my own I'm not going to even put in anything. I'm not even going to connect dots for you. I'm going to explain it to you so that it makes sense in a way that when I do start connecting dots and giving possible implications of what the Metaverse could create or manifest going into the future, it will make sense to you. So let's start off with what is the Metaverse? Why is it called the Metaverse, and what is it? So Metaverse, what is meta? Meta is mind. Meta is mind. And your verse, Metaverse. Verse is, it's the song. It's what is life. It's what's going on. It's verse. So just like you have the universe, multiverse, you have the metaverse. So this is a verse, or a reality, a plane of existence for your mind, not for your physical body. How can it be? How can you enter the Metaverse with what it is advertised to be with your body? You can't. You have to get a new body. So you're only putting your mind into the Metaverse. And this Metaverse this word did not just come out when Facebook decided to change their main company's name to Meta. They named it Mind, which is interesting. And the Metaverse has been, I've heard about the term coming up. It's probably been about 2 years now since I first heard the term publicly start trickling out from different sources to get it out there. One place I remember clearly hearing it was a year ago. Was it a year ago, or no? I think it was at the Summer Games Fest, I think it's called. Jeff Keighley was holding a few months ago. He said it there, which I thought was hilarious. And then a few months later, Facebook changes his name to Meta. For those who don't know, Jeff Keighley is he's a reporter for video games. And the Metaverse has a lot to do with gaming, which is why it was mentioned there. A lot. When I first heard about the term Metaverse, it was in gaming, in cryptocurrency gaming specifically. They started using this term first to call the different parts, or the interlinking of the different blockchains or games into one, or integrating all these different games into one game, so they all can use all these different assets from each game in other games. This could get to a pretty long video. There's a lot to unpack here. I'm not this particular part, but just in general, there's a lot to unpack here with the Metaverse. A lot to unpack and interpret what it might be. the term metaverse, what it is advertised as, it's already existed though. It's a metaverse. How it is being given to the public is an encapsulated environment where you can mentally enter and do things that you couldn't possibly do in a physical environment, either due to certain restrictions going on or due to just the impossibility of you not being able to physically do something that you can do in a virtual world. So any entertainment world universe is its own metaverse in itself. You aren't actually in it. It's its own thing out there. So you have to mentally put yourself into it. That's what the metaverse is. It's something you have to mentally put yourself in. Now, this is a different perception of it, though. Previously, it was all third perception. We had to actually get ourselves to view it from the perception that maybe of one of the characters within the entertainment universe. Video games, movies, any of them, anything that has its own encapsulated universe. Books, of course, as well. And my thought was taken from me by a phone call that was coming through. It's coming back. So each one of these is its own metaverse. It's just, it wasn't exactly how it needed to be to really get you into it. Now it can be, because we have virtual reality, we have augmented reality, we have bodysuits that will track your movement, we have haptic feedbacks, we have advanced sound technologies, we have all these sensory technologies. They're tickling your senses. They're causing you to feel physically or feel as you would in reality in a virtual environment or in the metaverse. That is possible now. You will be able to feel as you are right now in the metaverse. That's very important. The technology just has to come to the public. It just has to get there. It's definitely going to occur though. This is littered in the entertainment entertainment in general, not just movies, entertainment industry. And that's the main thing that's being added to it, and that's why it's getting ramped up now, because it's ready. It's ready for the main time. Otherwise, Facebook wouldn't change their name. It wouldn't be something that's being talked about on national news, on major news networks, from major corporations, what they're going to do about it. I mean, all kinds of corporations came out with press releases regarding it. Cryptos that had anything to do with gaming or the metaverse went absolutely insane when Facebook changed their name. And it still is. It's virtual property is one of the hottest hottest investments for realtors right now. It's ready. And the other thing I will say before I end this, the metaverse, it's social media. That's all it is. It's social media. I don't know if I've heard anyone say this. Social media and the metaverse are synonymous. They always have been. It's just the way that you're going to be able to enter it now. When you're on social media, you're in a metaverse. You are already on Facebook. You're already on Meta. You're already there. Just because it wasn't called that before doesn't mean that it's not the same thing. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, any of these social networks where it takes the consumer to keep the service running, which is all business. These are specifically networks that are free and operate off of you interacting with them rather than your currency, though. So any of these social networks that are geared towards you communicating with friends and family over great distances is just a metaverse. And they're all going to interconnect in some way or shape when this grand metaverse that you can actually enter comes into play. Because they're going to need a hub to connect it all. Maybe that'll be Facebook. Maybe that'll be Meta. I'm not sure. There will be a hub, though. It will all get connected. And you'll be able to step into that hub and you'll be able to go to any of these social networks. Just as you do now, except you're doing it from a device instead of you can feel it. That's the difference. Your device that you're using right now is the bridge or the hub that you are accessing all of these different metaverses on. Each app is a metaverse. Every encapsulation of some type of information is a metaverse in itself. And with what is being portrayed and marketed, social media is the metaverse. It's synonymous with the two, which is why Facebook changed their name to Meta. Social media is the metaverse. And it's all that's going to change for people who interact with Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or Twitter. You're going to be actually there. That's going to be interesting to see people fighting on Twitter, tweeting in a virtual environment instead of over a device. Because these social medias, they're toxic. That's obvious. They're toxic. So how is that going to turn up in the metaverse? That's an interesting question to end on. I will end this one here, though. I don't want to make it too long. I want to keep it short, concise. This is what metaverse means. Next part will be more explaining the possible implications. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to go into yet on this one because I can make this probably a couple hours long on this alone. So it may be broken up as well. We'll see, or may focus on different things in different videos. And then I'll wrap it all up and I'll give you my ideas of it and where I see it. And what we can do regarding it. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, turn on your notifications because we know you won't get notified unless you do that for me. And you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.